As I record this, we are about to witness a great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, albeit quite low in the sky, even from us here in southeastern United States. A conjunction is when two astronomical bodies appear together in the sky. But first, to better understand the puzzling motion of the planets, I need to tell you about opposition. Now, opposition is when two bodies are positioned on opposite sides vis-à-vis the Earth, usually a superior planet like Mars and the Sun, with the Earth in between. So let us see what AstroGirl has prepared for us to show the motion of Mars near opposition. Now, most of the time, the planets moving against the background of the stars would appear to move west to east. Now, don't panic. They still rise in the east and set in the west, but the point is, when you look night after night at the position of the planet against the background of the stars, that's what you see. However, sometimes the planet changes in your mind and goes back the other way. And that's called the retrograde motion. So let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. Now you have the Earth in blue here, circling the Sun, and of course Mars is in red. The orbital period of Mars is 687 days, hours of course 365, and they meet or they have a conjunction every 780 days. There are some good reasons for that, and I will spare you. Okay, but let's have a look at the apparent motion of Mars against the background of the stars. Okay, here you see the planet moving in its orbit, Mars, and seen from the Earth, you see that it seems to be moving west to east against the background of the stars. Here is a position. At that point, the planet seems to stop its movement and reverse course. Look at that. It seems to be going the wrong way now, east to west, before changing its mind again and going back to a normal business. Now, here is what would happen looking night after night if you are very patient, because you're talking about several months of data here, but it is this kind of stuff that put Johannes Kepler on the path to discovering its laws because he had very accurate measurements from Tycho Brahe about the movement of Mars. Here I don't know what this is, okay, this weird gray area. That may be a zodiacal light of some type, I don't know really. And if you were very patient and very lucky, taking a picture of Mars every single night from the 22nd of October 2009 all the way to the 15th of May 2010, this is what you would get. Of course, that would assume you're very, very lucky, that there is no rain and no pesky Skylink SpaceX satellite ruining the shot. So clearly this is a Photoshop image. But anyway, look at the movement here of Mars between the 20th of December 2009 and the 9th of March 2010. This is the retrograde motion of Mars. Jupiter orbital plane is inclined 1.3 degrees on the ecliptic, and Saturn 2.85. So let's listen to Professor Patrick Hartigan from Rice University as he explains the rare combination of motions that produce not one, but three separate conjunctions within a span of 12
For you to
months.
have a triplet, you kind of need to have the conjunction, which is where this is lined up here, be when the objects are opposite in the sky from the sun. So I'm just going to show you a movie and then I'm going to narrate it quickly. What we want for a conjunction is we want this line to not be bent. So the line between the Earth, Jupiter, and Saturn needs to be a straight line rather than a bent one. Because here, you know, Jupiter would appear to the right of Saturn. So I'm going to say now, now, and now when this thing goes and is lined up. Okay, so everybody ready, I hope? Now, now, now. And I'm going to let the simulation go another year until it's around so that you can see in the following year there was no conjunction. Okay, so let's see if I can do that again. Boom, there's the first one. There's the second one. And there's the third one. And now if we let it go.
Okay, now triplet occur roughly every 850 years. Unfortunately, the coming 2020 conjunction will not be one of these. But in the next few slides, I use the free planetarium software Stellarium, highly recommended by the way, as a time machine to show what the 1682-1683 triplet, there was one, looked like from Earth. By the way, the year 1682 was important, certainly to French explorer Robert Cavelier-Sieur de La Salle and William Penn, the English Quaker, because La Salle went down the Mississippi all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, and of course he claimed the territory for his king, Louis XIV, naming it Louisiana. As for William Penn, he did the same in what is now called Pennsylvania. Now, here is 1 week before the first of the amazing triplet conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, looking north-northwest. And here is the first one. The first one was the 23rd of October, 1682. 7 weeks later, we are looking at the separation of the two planets again. And here is the second conjunction on the 8th of February, 1683. They seem to be kissing again, figure of speech, of course, because we are talking about 9.5 astronomical unit average distance from the Sun for Saturn, and 5 astronomical unit distance from the Sun when it comes to Jupiter. So that's a very socially distanced kind of kiss, I guess. By the way, one astronomical unit is 93 million miles, or 150 million kilometers. 7 weeks later, the pairs are being drifting apart again. And of course, Jupiter and Saturn meet again for the third time on the 17th of May, 1683. La Salle probably celebrated with cognac again. As for Penn, he probably drank the beer that he brewed in his own Penbury East State. That's in Bucks County, 20 miles upriver from Philadelphia, if you want to know. And drinking is how we astronomers split the double. But in this case, two wandering points of light had merged in the night sky. Must have been a double puzzlement for both of them. Well, I don't know if you're like me, but I prefer animations. So I use Stellarium as usual, and you will see a lot of planets going by, of course. And I unashamedly cheated. I removed everything, including the Earth. And so we are getting close to the very first conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. And here it comes on October the 23rd. And then you're going to see all the other planets zipping by, including Mercury and Venus, and even Mars that will show up from time to time. But here is the second one, which was on 8 February 1683. And let's see, where are my planets? Here we go, it was Venus, I guess, zipping by. And here is the third one, on the 17th of May, 1683. Now I love Stellarium, it's just amazing what you can do with this thing. Okay, that's enough. Okay, time to wrap it up. I want to share with you some free software you can get easily from the net. First of all, Stellarium, a wonderful planetary software that is highly recommended. I prepared a YouTube tutorial if you're interested. And of course, Virtual Moon, which allows us to study the details of our satellite. The other are sky chart plotting systems. And that's it. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.